Good evening, it's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight. Taliban to NDTV says we now control 90% of Afghanistani territory. They also admit their chilling role in the murder of an Indian journalist, say that he didn't take our nod before entering that territory. Rahul Gandhi takes on Twitter, says it's interfering in our political process. That Twitter, private company, is denying millions of his followers their right to freedom of opinion. Now BJP asks Instagram also to shut Rahul Gandhi's account. Himachal Pradesh shuts schools after children test positive. Meanwhile, Maharashtra and Karnataka are also now rethinking the opening of schools as cases rise. The Sensex crosses 55,000 for the first time. From January to August, the Sensex has gone from 50,000 to 55,000. A major single-use plastic ban from next year. Plastic sticks, plastic flags, thermocol will be banned. Also, plastic bags to be made thicker for reuse from July next year. In 24 hours, the men who brutally assaulted a Muslim man and forced him to say Jai Shri Ram get bail. A mob protest outside a Kanpur police station for the accused. Is it double standards for bail for the Bajrang Dal and right-wing groups? The Muslim man was assaulted by these men in front of his little daughter, holding on to him and begging for mercy. Petrol tax is cut by 3 rupees in Stalin's first budget presented by the finance minister. 19,000 crores also allocated for health in the new budget, which was paperless. Vasundhara Raje, the ex-chief minister of Rajasthan, is now off BJP's Rajasthan posters. The ex-chief minister releases a statement saying, "I live in the hearts of people, not in posters." The Taliban takeover of Afghanistan is marching on, and it now seems inevitable that Kabul will fall soon. 3 more key Afghan cities have fallen today, the most important being Kandahar, which is also now reportedly under Taliban control. This as Afghanistan's president and vice president met today and said they will stand firm against Taliban terrorists. But as you can see, a majority of Afghanistan is now under the control of the terror group, the Taliban. So that's bad news for India as well, because remember, in this, the Taliban and Pakistan are working together as they march through Afghanistan, taking province after province. And perhaps one sign of that is that latest reports coming in that the Salma Dam, which India actually helped construct in Afghanistan, has also fallen to the Taliban. This was a friendship dam between India and Afghanistan, which was inaugurated then by Prime Minister Modi and President Ashraf Ghani. Apparently, sources have said that soldiers guarding the Salma Dam or the Friendship Dam surrendered after Friday prayers when the Taliban entered the dam complex today. So there we see it, that India-Afghanistan Friendship Dam also fallen today. Well, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has taken on Twitter, saying a private company is interfering in India's democratic process.
Rahul Gandhi targeting Twitter for suspending his account a week ago, accusing the US tech firm of interfering in India's political process. A locked Twitter account means the user cannot tweet, retweet or like any posts and can only send direct messages to his followers.
By shutting down my Twitter, they're interfering in our political process. A company is making its business to define our politics. And as a politician, I don't like that. This is an attack on the democratic structure of the country.
Twitter says it did so on the complaint of the National Child Protection Committee after Gandhi tweeted pictures with parents of the 9-year-old allegedly raped and murdered in the capital. Revealing the identity of the victim of a sex crime is against the law. The government today, however, went on the offensive and has now asked Facebook-owned Instagram to block Gandhi's account for the same reason.
But coming to really the rules of the social media, I think there are rules to be followed. And you must follow those rules. If you don't do that, and obviously the platform has liberty to take action.
While at least 100 accounts are known to have been blocked, Congress leaders claim over 5,000 party accounts are blocked. Twitter has said its rules are enforceable judiciously and impartially for everyone, and that it took proactive action on several hundred tweets that posted an image that violated our rules. In New Delhi, Sunil Prabhu, NDTV.
Meanwhile, Twitter's India head Manish Maheshwari has got a major promotion amid an FIR against him by the Uttar Pradesh police. He's now to move to the United States as a senior director. Mr. Maheshwari has been given a new US-based role, tweeted as senior company executive. This comes, of course, amid the company's friction with the Indian government and first the BJP and now the opposition as well. He found himself targeted by the BJP's UP government after Twitter's protection as a third-party intermediary was actually withdrawn and a summons was given to him by the state police. There's no news yet on his replacement in India. Meanwhile, the other big headline, the markets, the Sensex has crossed 55,000 for the first time. Both the Nifty and Sensex up by over 1%. The Sensex surging by 593 points, closing at 55,437. The Nifty also a gainer with over 164 points. This comes as IT and financial shares led the gains for the Sensex. And just look at that graph of the Sensex. January 21st, the Sensex crossed 50,000. Celebrations then. But here we are in August, they've crossed 55,000. So no sign of that market correction happening. The market cap, in fact, from January to August 13th is up 22.3%. What's driving the market rally? Well, experts in the SBI report also have said that individual investors are now up by 142 lakh in this financial year. Online platforms offering no brokerage fee has made investing much easier for individuals, and over 27,000 crores also raised via IPOs from April to July, and investors remain upbeat about future IPOs. Well, today was the Stalin government's first budget. It was a paperless budget, and the big headline is that the state has cut petrol taxes by 3 rupees. So petrol will be cheaper by 3 rupees in Tamil Nadu. Will other states follow suit?
The DMK's first budget after 10 years of rival AIA-DMK's rule had one big impact announcement: a 3 rupee cut in fuel prices. It will cause a loss of 1,160 crores to the state, but the finance minister justified it by saying that this will provide a major relief to the toiling working class people in the state.
அடுத்த 6 மாதங்களுக்கு பின் தாக்கல் செய்யவுள்ள 2022-23 ஆண்டிற்கான முழு வரவு செலவு திட்டத்திற்கு வலுவான அடித்தளம் அமைப்பதே இந்த திருத்த வரவு செலவு திட்டத்தின் முதன்மை நோக்கமாகும்.
Some of the highlights of the revised budget presented by the DMK government include Rupees 32,600 crore allocated for school education and 5,400 crore rupees for higher education, Rupees 19,000 crore allocated for health, and Rupees 8,400 for public distribution system and food subsidy. The period of maternity leave enhanced from 9 months to 12 months for women government employees, 500 crore rupees for climate change adaptation and mitigation. The finance minister says the state needs to generate its own power to cut down on debt. The overall debt of the state is over 5,70,000 crore, the biggest chunk of over rupees 2 lakh crore in the power sector.
கடந்த சில ஆண்டுகளாக தமிழ்நாடு மின்மிகை மாநிலமாக மாறியுள்ளது என்ற கூற்று தவறானது. தமிழ்நாடு மின் உற்பத்தி மற்றும் பகிர்மான கழகத்தின் சிக்கலான நிதி நிலையினை வெள்ளை அறிக்கை மூலமாக மாண்புமிகு உறுப்பினர்கள் அறிவார்கள்.
However, the budget was boycotted by the AIA-DMK.
ஸ்டாலின் அவர்கள் நான் முதலமைச்சராக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டவுடன் முதல் கோப்பில் நீட் தேர்வு ரத்து செய்யப்படும் என்பதுதான் என்று தெளிவாக சொன்னார். ஏன் 100 நாட்கள் ஆக போகிறது, ஏன் செய்யவில்லை என்பதை கண்டித்துதான் நாங்கள் வெளியிடப்பு செய்தோம்.
After the first paperless budget, the DMK government will mark another first with a separate budget on agriculture on Saturday. With camera person Suresh, this is Arvind Gunasekar from Chennai for NDTV.
In a major initiative to clean up plastic pollution, the centre has announced a major single-use plastic ban from July next year. Many daily use items are affected. So, for instance, single-use plastic is now banned from sticks and balloons, earbuds and plastic flags as well. So, major bans there of items like candy sticks, ice cream sticks, thermocol also will be banned, will be plastic invitation cards and sweets, etc. And the good news is that plastic bags will actually be thicker to allow reuse. So that's a major initiative which will come into place from July next year. Also today, Prime Minister Modi launched the vehicle scrappage policy. What it actually means, the policy recommends fitness tests now for private and commercial vehicles that are more than 20 and 15 years old. Also, registration of such vehicles will be actually used, will actually be taken, and done after 15. It will be automatically updated. Prime Minister Modi announcing that today.
आज देश नेशनल ऑटोमोबाइल स्क्रैपेज पॉलिसी लॉन्च कर रहा है। ये पॉलिसी नए भारत की मोबिलिटी को, ऑटो सेक्टर को नई पहचान देने वाली है। देश में व्हीकल पॉपुलेशन के मॉडर्नाइजेशन को, अनफिट व्हीकल्स को एक साइंटिफिक मैनर में सड़कों से हटाने में ये पॉलिसी बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाएगी। देश के करीब करीब हर नागरिक, हर इंडस्ट्री, हर क्षेत्र पर इससे सकारात्मक परिवर्तन आएगा।
The other big headline, the men who we all saw on that video assaulting a Muslim man in Kanpur as his little daughter hangs on to him, begging for mercy for him, get bail within 24 hours. This after a mob protest at the police station for the accused. So they've got bail within 24 hours, even though in so many other cases, people languish in jail for months. Here they've got bail within 24 hours from the police station itself.
Less than 24 hours after this overnight protest at the Kanpur police station by supporters of a mob which had attacked a Muslim man on Wednesday while his child cried for mercy, bail for the 3 men arrested for the attack. One of those is a member of the Bajrang Dal, according to a leader of the outfit.
इसके रोष में बजरंग दल के कार्यकर्ता एक साथ एकत्रित हुए और उन्होंने एसपी साहब का घेराव किया कि जब तक हमारे कार्यकर्ता को छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा तब तक हम यहाँ से नहीं जाएंगे। यहाँ पर बैठने के बाद, सक्षम अधिकारियों से बात होने के बाद, प्रांतीय पदाधिकारी हमारे जब रहे तो उनको यह आश्वासन दिया गया कि जिस कार्यकर्ता को पकड़ा गया था उसको अभी छोड़ा जाएगा।
The Kanpur police say the men were given bail as per procedure because the sections of the law against them carry less than 7 years punishment. On Wednesday, the police had claimed they immediately intervened and rescued the man. But this footage shows him being assaulted in their custody.
Adequate force has been deployed in the area. The area is perfectly normal and we will take every legal step to punish these people.
The mob accused the victim of trying to forcibly convert a Hindu family in his locality and forced him to chant Jai Shri Ram slogans. However, the police says it is investigating an earlier dispute between the man's relatives and their Hindu neighbors.
मतलब गाड़ी बनवा करके वापस आए, हमको कोई सीन मालूम नहीं। सिया रामी जो थे इन्होंने मतलब हमको पहचानवाया, बजरंग जो नई दल निकलती है जी, उन्हीं से ये है मुल्ला, इन्हीं का भतीजा है। फिर यहाँ पे मतलब पुलिस ने हमारा साथ दिया गया।
48 hours after the attack, the man, an e-rickshaw driver, and his daughter are back at their shanty and are scared and nervous. For now, police units have been posted on the road that leads to the Muslim man's locality. The Bajrang Dal has admitted on record that they got involved in this matter only recently. Police sources say that the Hindu side started making allegations of forcible conversion against the Muslim family just a few days ago. With Arun Agarwal in Kanpur and camera person Vineet Verma, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Well, moving now to Rajasthan, where there seems to be a major standoff now between the state BJP and the ex-Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje. She's been removed actually from posters put up by the BJP in Rajasthan, and today she broke her silence to say that she lives on in the hearts of people, not on posters.
Party posters at the Rajasthan BJP office from where Vasundhara Raje's face has been missing for over a month now. Now Vasundhara Raje has broken her silence and the signal is clear. She cannot be ignored in Rajasthan's politics.
पोस्टर्स में मेरी शक्ल देख के ये कुछ होना जाना नहीं है। मेरे को तो लोगों के दिलों में राज करना है।
The tug of war within the BJP in Rajasthan has been apparent for some months now, with Raje not being consulted over important decisions. She too kept aloof, only to return to the state in February this year, greeting supporters who lined up in large numbers en route from Delhi to Jaipur. Then in March this year, she held a Bhakti Yatra to commemorate her birthday. Many read that as a show of strength. Attempts to sideline Vasundhara Raje in Rajasthan apparently have the backing of the BJP at the centre. Her supporters say that is evident from the fact that State President Satish Punia did not attend her birthday celebrations in March this year. He was also believed to be behind the expulsion of Vasundhara loyalist Rohita Sharma from the BJP for engaging in anti-party activities last month. Rohitash had been critical of the state leadership and had been making pro-Vasundhara statements.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी में पोस्टर होर्डिंग को लेके पार्टी के भीतर किसी किस्म का अंदरूनी विवाद नहीं है.
But Vasundhara Raje's statement that she lives in the hearts of the people is a clear signal to the party that she is a popular face in Rajasthan and cannot be ignored. With Harsha Kumari Singh in Jaipur, Anasya Mathur for NDTV.
Well, moving to the latest COVID data, the latest cases are just over 40,000 in the last 24 hours. That's slightly down from the day before. Deaths are at 585, so that's gone up by nearly 20%. The daily positivity rate is still at just over 2%. That's less than 3%. The vaccinations have gone up. They're over 59 lakhs. Let's just look again at the states that are driving this rise in cases. Well, Kerala remains constant at over 21,000, though that's down slightly. Maharashtra has gone up by nearly 15% at 6,388. Perhaps that's why they're rethinking opening schools. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh are both down, though they're below 2,000, and Karnataka is up slightly. So those three southern states still reporting a chunk of cases. And as more cases are being reported, Himachal Pradesh has shut down the schools after opening them after 62 children tested positive in different districts. Also now, Karnataka and Maharashtra are reconsidering opening schools later this month.
All schools except residential ones shut in Himachal Pradesh just 10 days after they reopened for senior classes. 62 students have tested COVID positive in this period, forcing the government to close schools again till August 22nd.
बेहतर समझा कि हम एक निर्णय करके 22 तारीख तक जितने स्कूल जो हिमाचल में स्कूल खोले थे उन सभी स्कूलों को बंद कर देते हैं.
A COVID scare in neighbouring Punjab too, where 30 students have tested positive within a week of schools reopening for all classes, including primary sections. Among those who tested positive, the 9-year-old son of Rajveer Singh, a daily wage labourer and a class 5 student who tested positive on Monday. But the Punjab government says it will not shut schools, instead focusing on more testing of both students and teachers.
बच्चे जो छोटे बच्चे हैं, बड़े जो हैं वो तो बैठ भी जाएंगे, सो भी लेंगे, क्योंकि छोटे बच्चों को संभालना बड़ा मुश्किल है. लेकिन एक बात दूसरी भी है कि किसी से आप लोग सब हो सकता है ये महामारी काफी लंबा समय चले.
Himachal Pradesh and Punjab topped the COVID transmission rate in the country with the highest virus reproductivity rate of 1.3.
In schools across both states, visuals of social distancing norms being violated and mask discipline not being enforced strictly have created alarm.
If they are going to school, we should ensure the school infrastructure is compliant for COVID prevention, as well as they adopt strict COVID behavior. And if they don't go to school, we should provide the mental health care services.
As vaccine for minors have not yet been authorized in our country, the authorities must ensure that the reopening of schools should be followed by a strict compliance of COVID guidelines, which will only help us to save our young lives. With Tanmoy in Moga, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.